much for joining us. Today we have a special guest. So I'm just so excited for you guys to be joining in with us on Empower You, Crown Up. And this is where we empower each and every one to be the best version of themselves daily. So empowerment through mental health, empowerment through your daily activities, whether you're a mom, an educator, entrepreneur, you are getting the empowerment you need. Because we know each and every day is one day, one step at a time. But you might have woke up today feeling like, man, I just don't know. And we want to empower you to just pick up the pieces and keep going. Okay. Acknowledge where you are and keep going. So if you haven't started following me, make sure you go to empower the letter U _ crown up, and you can follow me on all social media platforms. But without further ado, we're going to bring our special guest to the stage. Her name is Miss Lena Payton. Hi, Lena. How are you?
Hello. How are you?
Good. So excited to have you on as our guest today. How's everything been going?
It's been going well. I am excited to be here today and looking forward to our chat.
Okay, awesome. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself, like who you are, what do you do, what makes Lena Lena?
Yeah, so thank you for that. So my name is Lena Payton-Webb. I am originally from Detroit, Michigan, but I currently live in Daphne, Alabama. I know that's a big jump from Michigan to Alabama, but that's where we are, right? I'm a retired Army veteran of 21 years, 11 months, and 7 days. I'm a mom, I'm a wife, I am a new grandmother of a 4-month-old, so I'm excited about that. And I'm a business owner. I'm a coach as well as an author. So I own Blue Impressions Designs and Publishing LLC out of Mobile, Alabama, where we specialize in helping authors, coaches, consultants create additional streams of income using custom coloring books, workbooks, self-help books, and journals. So we all in the mental health empowerment space, right? So we love anything that inspires and motivates people to live their lives.
Oh man, that's why I'm so glad to have you as a guest. You fit right in alignment because for me, being that licensed professional therapist, I get to help people from a different aspect of using different modalities. And then I go tell them, okay, go use this self help book or go use this or do what you feel is best for you in that moment. So just hearing you say coloring, like I'm just thinking about how many of my clients will push back and be like, I want to color. I'm not 2. I'm not 4. So what do
Exactly.
you ever tell people that are like with that mindset about
I
coloring?
tell them to try it. I mean, what's it going to hurt, right? So if you
Mm.
think about coloring when you were a kid, how therapeutic, how relaxing it was for you as a kid. So a lot of times as adult, and as a mental health specialist, that we don't take that time to disconnect from things, right? We always thinking about the next thing. We're always thinking. So if you just take a few moments just to pick up a crayon or a coloring book, just to disconnect, just to step away, right? Check in with yourself. It's just another way of stepping in, checking in with yourself and being creative, allowing yourself that space to be creative. We're all creative beings. And a lot of times we leave that out of our lives intentionally, or we don't, not intentionally, but to add that back as a healing practice is very beneficial for everyone. So
Oh man. And so I'm thinking about that mother who said she doesn't have time to color. And what just came to my mind is that literally when you have your organized family time, you can literally make everybody color and then you get you a coloring book and color and just see how
yeah,
you feel
yes,
a
yes.
thousand times better.
Exactly, exactly. And then a lot of times, so I'm a therapeutic art coach as well. So it's another way that it's another tool, right? To be able to, express yourself because colors have meaning, right? So
Mm.
sometimes you having your children color can maybe have them communicate with you some things that they're feeling or going through that they may not be able to express verbally.
That's so good you said that because I hear a lot of my clients say, oh, can you work with my son or try to talk to my son because he doesn't talk much? Because, girls, girls are girls,
Rattle it
right?
off.
Yes. And, like I tell people, okay, well, as boys, they grow. Sometimes they don't talk about the things that they're going through or express themselves. But that is a great way as a parent that you can be like, okay, hey, no judgment, you color, I'm gonna color here. And they can, the more they do it, the more they'll become, more relaxed and free and start opening up more. So I think
Yeah.
that is a great way to have
A
parents
great
start
conversation starter. Color it and then have a conversation about what they colored or about the colors that they displayed in their, in their coloring. So yes.
That's true, because if I look at a color and it's all black, I'm like, okay, what's going
Yeah, we
on
need to
here?
talk. We need to talk, right? But if you look at a coloring page and it's all bright colors, right, then it tells you that maybe that child's in a happy space or some joy or something's going on that's pretty positive, and we like that, right? But if you see those
Right.
dark colors like black, and you're like, okay, well, yeah, we need to talk real quick.
Yes. So tell us, how did you get into this space? Like, did you have a personal life experience? Did someone like say, hey, you should do this? Like, do you feel like you were running from your calling? Or like, what is it that
I
got you
think it
into
was
this
a combination of all the things. So I'm a certified graphic designer of over 30 years. So I went through a challenge, a physical challenge, crisis. But that physical condition caused me to lose my eyesight. Right.
space?
So when I use coloring as a tool to regain my eyesight. So that was one part of it. But then I used journaling and coloring to heal afterwards, which took me about 5 years to get my eyesight back completely. Not really even completely, but to the point that I could see. Um, Good. So the coloring helped me with my eyesight, but the journaling helped me with uh, the mental crisis I was going through from losing my eyesight. So that it was a lot. I was real depressed. I was in a dark place. I didn't know if I was gonna come, if I was coming or going, if I was gonna be here tomorrow. But it helped me to deal with that aspect of my illness, as well as the mental aspect of it. So it was a challenge both mentally and physically. So coloring helped on one hand, but then the journaling helped me to where I could be sustainable and be back out here in society functioning, because it was a really dark time for me. So once I was had recovered some, I decided to take my gifts and my talents and create coloring books that looked like me, that represented me, and hence
Yeah.
came the custom coloring books and journals. So and then I figured if I had that issue finding coloring books, because the ones I used looked like they had Big Bird on it and Barney. They did what they needed to do. So, but once I got better, I said, well, let me create stuff that look like me. And if I have that challenge of finding those things, other people do as well.
That's
So,
right.
me being able to help people in the mental health space or wellness space create things that resonate with their clients lets me extend my arms even longer, right? So, I'm
Yeah.
not just helping myself; I'm helping somebody else so that they can help multiple people at once. So, I just love being able to do it, and I see it as a ministry in a sense.
It is, because look at how many people's lives you are changing
Yes,
by
yes,
being obedient to your calling. I think
yes.
that is so amazing. It's like really dope because so many people we run from our calling until God like gets our attention, and we're like, okay, God, I'm not running anymore.
Yes.
Like Jonah, I'm not running
That's
anymore. You don't have
exactly
to
what
follow
happened
me.
too. That is exactly what happened. He was like, "Listen, He made it to. I had no choice. He was like, "Okay, I gave you that, and you still won't sit yourself down. So here you go, right here." And he made it where literally I had no choice but to sit and listen. And after all that, I was like, "Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready."
Yes, yes. And I'm glad you said that, because whoever else is listening to this podcast, this is a great time for you to do a self evaluation. Ask yourself, like, what is it that I'm running from? What is it that I can use as my gifts that God has blessed me with to help others? And I just think that that's so important, because when you are doing something that you're passionate about, man, it shows.
It does.
And I think about like the times I've been in multi-level marketing, they always tell you to use the products, because how can you be out here telling people about products if you're not
Right.
using it?
Exactly.
And people can tell you ain't using it. And
Yes.
so you have created coloring books and you use them,
Yes.
like, and your
Yes.
clients use them.
Yes. Yeah. So my
Yeah.
clients, I can tell them exactly the benefits from it and how your clients can benefit from it. As well as um some of the pros and cons, right? Some of the challenges you may face with trying to get your clients to color, right? So we may have to look at something else. Maybe it's not a coloring book. Maybe it's a journal. Maybe it's a self-help book. So it's really eye opening, but it's a
Yeah.
gift that keeps giving, right?
Yes, just like you created my workbook, and thank you so much for that. taking everything that my clients have come to me with, and now I have a workbook for them to use. And you made me think it's more than just coloring book. I mean, we have a crossword puzzle, we have different interactional things that they
Activity.
can do each
Yes.
day.
Yes.
And, it's phenomenal. It is. And it makes them feel empowered because they can look at where they started, and then they can look at once we get to the end of their workbook and say, wow, I see where I have grown.
Yeah. And it, like you said,
So
it's
keep doing what you do, Lena.
thank you, thank you. So I mean, like your workbook, for example, it has so much variety in it, right? Because no client is the same, right? No
That's
person is.
right. They're not.
So what may work for one person may not work for the next, right? So I might like
Yeah,
the first section. Somebody else may resonate with the second section better, right? So yes, that is a powerful
exactly.
workbook. So if you don't have it, you need to get it. It has everything in it from what she said, crossword puzzles, coloring pages, journaling prompts.
Everything.
It has it
Yeah.
all. Different types of worksheets, activity pages. I think there's vision boards in there. It's all kind of stuff in that workbook. So that workbook right there will get your life together real quick, and you won't even know it because
Yes.
it's such fun. It's a fun book. It's fun. Yeah.
And that's what it's meant to be about, is being fun. So tell us, how can people connect with you and stay in tune? And someone might be listening and say, hey, I want a coloring book, or I want to design my own. How can they connect with you?
Absolutely. So they can go to yourartisticexpressions.com. So yourartisticexpressions.com, or hit me up on any social media platform at Blue Impressions Designs. And it's blue without the E. So Blue Impressions Designs on any social media platform or Your Artistic Expressions.
I love it. I love it. Well, thank you so much, Lena, for being a special guest on our show today. Empower you _crown up. And we're just excited. Like, everyone that comes on this show is full of empowerment, and you fit that. And I can't wait. We're going to have some future episodes together, but we're also going to be getting the community ready for some great things that we have in the works for 2024. So
Yay.
those of you who are listening, stay tuned.
That's
Okay.
right. Stay
Mental
tuned.
health, getting yourself together, walking in clarity. 2024 is your year. So do not allow another year to go by where you don't know where you fit in, don't know your alignment, not walking in your purpose. No. Connect with both of us, and we promise you will be walking through 2024 a new person.
Right. That's right. Well, thank you so much for having me. And I am looking forward to 2024. And we got those things coming, and it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, so make sure you guys go follow Lena, go to her page, hit her up, do what you need to do. Trust me, you will be so inspired when you go and look at her page.
Yes.
Bye, guys. Thanks for tuning in.